Coinbase announced last week that it is turning off staking rewards for Algorand. Now, that came right as it got a Wells notice from the SEC. The Algorand Foundation stated that it was related, but Coinbase says, not so fast. We're going to take a look at this situation and what it means on today's Frugal BC. What's up, guys? Frugal BC coming at you with another show. We are talking about Coinbase shutting off Algorand rewards. This is not the first time that Coinbase has shut off those rewards. In fact, the first time they shut it off is what actually brought me into the Algorand ecosystem. So there's a lot of complexity going on here. There's a lot of back and forth between the foundation and between Coinbase. Some disagreements about why that happened. So we're going to get into that today. Before we do that, guys, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, I appreciate that a lot. Remember, you don't have to smash it. You can just press it gently, as well as pressing gently that little thumbs up notification. Got to hit all the things, YouTube likes you to hit all the things. So if you wouldn't mind, if you want the bell, that's cool too. I don't care if you do the bell or not. Bell just get you, make sure that you know when my videos come out. I do about 2 to 3 a week, so it shouldn't be that overwhelming, but that is up to you. Also, before we get into today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about the Algo Active hashtag, which was started by IRL Algo. If you haven't checked out her channel, you really ought to. She's just a sweetheart, doing wonderful things in the algo space. So go check out her channel, IRL Algo. You can see me doing push-ups right here in my studio, as well as a whole lot of other people are doing push-ups. And there's going to be something new coming this week, so a new challenge to do. I just think that's a really cool thing, and I wanted to shout it out. So anyway, let's get back to this Coinbase fiasco. Last week, Coinbase announced that they were shutting off the rewards. This is the second time they've done this. A couple of years ago, they did this as well. I believe it was around 2021 that they did this, and that's what brought me into the algo space. So some of you may or may not know this, but I originally started my channel as a personal finance channel with a little crypto around the side, and I found that people were far more interested in my crypto content, and there was a lot more to talk about. With personal finance, like once you get the basics down, really there's not a ton more to talk about. It becomes like these little details that don't really appeal to a lot of people. So I've found that talking about crypto is more valuable. I should still do a video on personal finance at some point and how that relates to crypto. I see crypto as my volatile but potentially high rewards assets, but I also have like a lot of index funds. One of the reasons I started doing a lot of Algorand content, frankly, is because I was enjoying those staking rewards on Algorand as well as Cosmos, and I think there was Tezos originally. That was the original one I was doing. So Coinbase shut off the rewards, and I had to go into starting my algo wallet. Found out it was pretty easy. You can get staking rewards just for holding, which was really cool. Can't do that anymore, obviously. And we're going to talk about that difference and why that's important. And yeah, it basically sparked me to get into the ecosystem. So now, how does Coinbase, why are they doing these staking rewards? How does it work? Well, for them, they make a higher percentage because they participate directly, which you could have done too back in the day with Algorand staking, and now it's governance. So they basically participate directly, and they allow you to earn staking rewards on their staking rewards, but which gives them a lot of money to play with. But they will pocket the difference of that. So you might be getting, a great example is Cosmos. You can stake directly and get like 20%, but Cosmos offers like 5%, I think. So they're pocketing that difference. So that's a nice chunk of change for them. And it's not, in all fairness, like you're getting a very low friction way to earn extra crypto. So it's good for the user too. If you want to maximize your rewards and you want to do it yourself, you obviously can. So I'm knocking Coinbase for doing that. It's actually a pretty good win for both parties. But if you really want to maximize your rewards, you wouldn't do it through Coinbase. You learn how to do it yourself. Anyway, so Coinbase shut off the rewards. The speculation out there initially from Stacey Warden put this publicly on the Coin. She had said that they got this Wells notice, so they turned off staking rewards. And Coinbase, when they reached out to them, said, not so much, actually. Let's take a look at this, actually, because I think this is really interesting. So shout out to govzen.algo. He's the one that posted this originally. Cointelegraph, excuse me. It was Cointelegraph. According to, and this is Warden, they misspelled Warden's name wrong, which is, how do you not, that's a pretty common name. I mean, Warden, like... Anyway, according to Warden's tweet, Coinbase informed Algorand about the sudden termination of rewards for algo tokens on March 22nd, as the crypto exchange evaluates its portfolio of products and services following a Wells notice issued by the United States Securities Exchange Commission the same day. Now, that is what happened. It did happen on the same day, but the claims have been denied by Coinbase. The Algorand news is not related. A spokesperson for the crypto exchange told Cointelegraph, asserting that halting algo rewards is not tied to recent regulatory developments. Coinbase works alongside asset issuers to provide rewards and continuously reevaluates our offerings to ensure the best customer experience. We have decided to discontinue Algorand rewards at this time. So Cointelegraph reached out to Algorand Foundation, but did not receive an immediate response. I don't know how immediate or whether they've updated that article, but what do you make about that? You know, one person says one thing, one says the other. Well, something that lends some credence to the Coinbase's side is the fact that they haven't shut off the other ones, as far as we know. It looks like Solana, even Solana, is still eligible. And you know my feelings about Solana. It's basically a scam. You know, any coin that launches with 8 million tokens total market, total cap, and then says, oh, actually there's 16 million. You know, it was kind of a scam from day one. Not a fan of Solana. I don't own it. I think it's actually probably going to pump a lot in the bull market, but I'm still not going to own it, just out of principle. So what does this all mean? You know, regardless of the reasons, what does it all mean? Well, like I said, the first time they did that, that actually pushed me off into the ecosystem to find ways to earn that yield, because I learned that I could earn staking rewards just by holding it in my account. Now, obviously, the difference is you can't do that anymore. They no longer offer direct staking. Now you can do governance. It's a little more complicated. Like I said, I've been in the last 2 times I've been rendered ineligible because of, you know, some little thing happening. You know, the problem with governance is that these platforms, or really, I think it's the tokens producers, like, they haven't picked up on the idea that if they're going to be a governance recognized pool, they probably want to start and end a rewards pool, right, coinciding with governance, so people can keep it locked up. Because if you unlock it, you lose those rewards. That's happened to me. It doesn't even matter if you hold the pool in your wallet. If you break the thing, you lose it. But what happens when it runs out? I don't, you know, there's just a lot of questions around this that I haven't answered. I think it's silly that, I think as long as you hold the LP, you should be eligible, in my opinion. But I guess it is what it is. Now, there are some, like, I think like PacFi and Folks Finance have programs, you know, specifically dedicated to this. So that's probably your best route if you want to do governance. But the point is, it's much, much more complicated than it was when I went from Coinbase to having my own wallet. Part of the reason I made that jump is because, oh, I just have to do this one thing, and I keep getting rewards. In fact, I'm getting a little bit more rewards holding it directly than I did going through Coinbase. And so I don't know if we're going to see that same migration, probably to some extent, but I don't know if it'll be the same as when they turned it off the first time. One thing I want to add too is it's interesting, speaking of the Wells notice, it's interesting that Coinbase received this notice from the SEC, because one of the facets of it is the idea that Coinbase has been trying to comply. And in fact, the SEC looked over their operations a couple of years ago and kind of gave it the thumbs up. So the fact that they're now issuing this Wells notice, which is basically a precursor to, hey, we're going to sue you, we're going to take you to court for some violation. By the way, Coinbase reached out to the SEC and said, hey, what exactly are unregistered securities? Like, which ones are you referring to? And they just refused to say. Like, how do you not tell people, yeah, this is what you think? The Wells notice is supposed to be like, hey, correct this action or we're going to sue you. How do you not tell people what they're doing wrong? I don't think that's going to do well for them in court. I think the SEC is going to have a tough time of it. They're having a tough time with the XRP case. I don't think it's the slam dunk they thought it was going to be. And I think a lot of eyes in the crypto world are on that XRP case to see how it comes out, because that's going to set a precedent for crypto going forward. Again, you know, this is coming from the same chairman, Gary Gensler, who was having regular meetings with the fraudster Sam Bankman-Fried. And here's Coinbase, as far as we know, trying to do the right thing, Now, are they? I don't know, but they're a public company in the US. And why does that matter? Because they have to make their financials public. Now, it doesn't mean that they can't do things wrong. But when you're a public company, you have to file public reports, which means your finances are kind of open to the world a lot more than they would be if you're just a private company. So yeah, I think it's really interesting. Coinbase is a very interesting target. It's probably a target because it's the only US based exchange, as far as I know, or one of definitely the biggest at any rate. And I think that's why they're going after them. But I think this is a big mistake on their part. And it's just disappointing that they're once again, the SEC is failing us and going after someone who's trying to do the right thing while just ignoring the rampant fraud like that with Sam Bankman-Fried. And it seems to be political. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Love to hear your comments and suggestions and whatever else you have to say on this. Leave it in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We appreciate that. And hitting the like button as always. Remember to go check out IRL. She's great. So go check out her channel. We're going to get her some more subscribers. And that's it. I'm FrugalBC. Stay safe. Not your keys, not your crypto. Ledger is the absolute safest way to hold your crypto. And as always, I will see you in the future.